We all want it, right? A more successful, more focused life. And it turns out the launchpad for that entire mission, it all starts in the first hour of your day. So what's the real secret to getting it right? Let's dive in.
I love this because it just hits the nail on the head. Success isn't some random lottery ticket you hope to win. Nope. It's built moment by moment in those quiet, powerful actions we take before the rest of the world has even had its first cup of coffee. But let's be real for a second. We've all been there, haven't we? You get fired up, you set that alarm for 5 a.m. with these grand plans, and by day 3, you're best friends with the snooze button again. So what gives? Why is this so hard?
Well, here's the twist. The answer probably isn't about your willpower. It's about biology. See, a powerful morning isn't just some trendy productivity hack. It's about learning to work with your body's natural programming, instead of constantly fighting against it. Okay, so check this out. Every single morning, your body gives you this biological head start. It's called the cortisol awakening response. Just think of it as your body's natural get-ready-to-win button. It's a surge of cortisol that primes your brain for alertness and peak performance. The right routine? It's just you learning how to harness that power on purpose.
And the payoff for getting this right? It's massive. Research shows that a structured morning can boost your cognitive function by up to 40%. I mean, think about that. That's an incredible advantage before your day has even really begun. So how does that even work? Well, it all comes down to reducing something called decision fatigue. By making your first few choices of the day automatic, you conserve your most valuable resource, your mental energy. You save all that good brain power for the big, important problems, not the small stuff.
Okay, so if these routines are so powerful, why do we keep failing at them? It's because most of us have been sold a total myth. We've been told it's all about extreme discipline, but the problem isn't you, it's the flawed approach you've been taught. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the typical hustle culture model. It's intense, it's rigid, and honestly, it's a recipe for burnout. But then look at the other side, the sustainable path. It's low drama, high leverage, and it starts with who you want to become, not just what you want to do. It's all about small wins.
This is such a game changer. Let it sink in. You don't need more willpower. You just need a better starting point. And that starting point isn't an action. It's a belief about yourself.
And this brings us to the absolute heart of this whole thing. It's about an identity shift. We have to reframe the goal. We're not just trying to do a morning routine. We are trying to become the kind of person who has a great morning. That small change makes all the difference.
James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, put it perfectly. What you do is just a mirror image of who you believe you are. So if you want to change the action for good, you have to start by changing the belief.
And the method is beautifully simple. It's just 2 steps. First, you decide the person you want to become. And second, you prove it to yourself with small wins. Every single action you take is like casting a vote for that new identity, telling yourself, yes, this is who I am.
This one question changes everything. It shifts your focus from a chore you have to do to an action that affirms who you are. A healthy person moves their body. A lifelong learner reads. The action just flows naturally from the identity.
So, with that identity-first mindset locked in, let's get to the fun part, the actual rituals. Now, what's coming up is not a rigid prescription. Think of it more like a menu at a great restaurant. You get to pick and choose what works for you.
Remember, the goal here is sustainability, not overload. You don't need to do everything on this list. Just pick maybe 3 to 5 rituals that really align with the identity you're building, because consistency will always beat intensity. First up, a biological reset. Getting natural sunlight in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking basically tells your brain, hey, it's daytime, stop making me sleepy. And drinking water right away kickstarts your metabolism and rehydrates your brain. So simple, but so powerful.
Next, move your body. And listen, this doesn't mean you have to run a marathon. We're talking about just 10 minutes. A quick walk, some stretching, anything. This floods your brain with feel-good chemicals. The real win isn't about the calories burned. It's about building discipline and creating incredible momentum for the day ahead. In our crazy, noisy world, quiet is a superpower. Whether it's meditation, prayer, or just sitting in silence with your coffee, this practice is proven to lower your stress and build the mental armor you need to handle a chaotic day.
You know, high performers are almost always students for life. They feed their minds before the world feeds them stress and distraction. Even just 5 minutes of reading or journaling sets a tone of intentional growth for the entire day.
And you can see this in practice with leaders everywhere. They're moving for a strategic advantage. For Anna Wintour, an hour of tennis is about sharpening her focus. For Jack Dorsey, a 7-minute workout is for cognitive sharpening. They choose the ritual that serves their biggest goals.
And finally, we have a trio of powerful mindset rituals. The first is to set your intention. Take a page from Benjamin Franklin and ask, "What good shall I do today?" The second is to eat the frog. That just means you tackle your most difficult, important task first. Get that huge win and the rest of the day feels easy. And the third, express gratitude. Just naming 3 things you're thankful for starts to rewire your brain to look for the positive.
So, how do you put all of this together? The key isn't to create the perfect routine. It's to create a routine that you can actually stick with, day after day.
So here's your checklist for success. Start ridiculously small. A 5-minute routine is way better than no routine. Prep the night before, set out your clothes, whatever makes it easier, and be flexible. The goal isn't a flawless performance. The goal is just to show up, because every single time you do, you're building that new identity.
And that brings us right back to the most important question of all. Forget what you think you should do. Instead, just ask yourself this: what's one small thing the person I want to become would do tomorrow morning? Whatever that is, start there.